In this video, I'm reacting to some of the most viral sales calls online, breaking down what actually works and what would get you shut down inside 10 seconds if you're a sales rep. You'll see the good, the bad, and what I'd do differently if this was my rep on a coaching call. And then I'll give you my honest opinion on whether this advice is actually worth following. Let's get into it. Guys, I'm Neil, founder of SaaS Sales Misfit. I help undertrained SDRs hit quota fast, get promoted to AE, and stand out in a sea of reps who have no idea what they're doing on a cold call. This new series is called Sales Misfit Reacts, where I break down viral sales content and give you the no fluff truth on what works and what's just hype. Quick one before we dive in. If you're an SDR and you want my direct help on your cold calls, your pitch, or your script, you can book a free 10-minute coaching call using the link below. We'll figure out what's not working, fix it fast, and help you book more meetings this week. All right, let's roll the clips.
What's your favorite TV show or what's your favorite movie of all time? Now, do you think when they shot that movie or that TV show, do you think they didn't have a script? The reason that it's a great movie or a great TV show is that, in fact, it doesn't look scripted. And the same thing goes for an effective cold call. You want
Absolutely. Just pausing it there for a second, everyone. Absolutely bang on. You need to be prepared, and you also need to make sure that your cold call doesn't sound scripted. Now, he's done a good job there. He's linked it to, hey, your favorite movie of all time. Do you think it's not scripted? It is, but it doesn't come across scripted. It's a great point.
want to make sure that your entire call is scripted out. By doing that, your call is going to be so much higher than it ever was before. When salespeople make calls that are not scripted, they just go all over the place and the call takes forever and the prospect is completely uninterested and all they really want to do is get off the phone. Script out that entire call. What's your...
It's a really, really good point, especially if you're new to the game. If you're a new SDR, do not wing it. 95% of SDRs that I come across within their first 3 months of starting the job, they're already winging it. They're not using the script. I would advise you to do the exact opposite of what they're doing. Have a script ready. Like this chap said, have a script ready and be regimented with it. Get comfortable with it. Practice with it. You don't want to be reading off that script. You want that script to become a part of your vocabulary. And the only way to do that is have your script written out, detailed as much as possible so it sinks in and you can actually keep some structure in your call. Super important. Look, as you become more seasoned, you may not need to do this as much, but especially at the beginning, you want to have it scripted out. Good job. I would follow this advice down to a T, especially if you're new to the SDR game. Right, let's move on to the next. All right, we're moving on to the big boys here. We've got Grant Cardone.
What's the most amount of money I can spend with you on a membership?
Have you been to the gym before?
What's that matter?
Sorry, so if we can show you what we've got at the facility, are you local?
Yeah, but I mean, all I want to know is what's the most amount of money I can spend with you?
You can spend as much as you like.
But how much would that be?
You can spend as much as you like. Grant is purposely putting it on this poor chap, right? He's getting quite passive aggressive with him. But I thought he tried to handle it quite well. He's asked a couple of questions here. Are you local? Or does that matter? Yeah, I think it kind of does matter, Grant. Like, he needs to figure out if you're local to the gym, right?
So our memberships start from £29 a month, and our top package is $69.99 per month. It all depends on, obviously, what days and what times you'd like to come and what you'd like to get out of the gym.
Okay, hey, thanks a lot.
All right, take care.
You should be fired.
Oh, he's going to bury this guy, isn't he? Yeah, you should be fired. Classic Grant Cardone here. Here we go.
It's not his fault. He hadn't been trained. Happens every day right there. Was I mean to him? Was I terrible? Was I awful? Are those like crazy questions I ask? What's the most money I can spend with you, man? Are you local? Well, what does that matter? Just be transparent with him. Hey, glad you asked. Thank you for asking. Why don't I do this? Why don't I text you all the plans? That's all the dude had to do. How about I text you the plans? I'll show you the minimum you can spend. I'll show you the average person spends, and I'll show you the maximum amount of money you could possibly spend with us. What's the...
We're in big boy territory. Grant Cardone, master marketer. And he does this, right, in his live sessions, and he'll do it for the wow factor. Credit to him, right? He's making a live cold call, but he's putting it on the rep. Now, the rep tried to ask a couple of questions. Grant was purposely being quite aggressive with it in terms of not too forthcoming. But he's right. At the end of the day, the cardinal sin is right at the end when he says, okay, cool, great, thanks, see you later. Yeah, no worries, take care. Absolutely do what he said. If you're in this kind of line of sales, follow up with a text or make it clear to them, hey, before you jump off the call, you know what would be a good idea? Let me grab your email address. Why? Because I'm going to send you our detailed membership so you've got it. I assume you're ringing up other gyms to find out the best price, the best packages. Let me get all the options written down to you on an email. So when it comes to making a decision, you're informed enough to do it. Sound fair enough? That's where the rep should have taken it. And you can follow what Grant said as well, send a text. But I think what's better is if I'm training that rep, get an email address. Hey, look, you're probably ringing around. Let me just grab an email address. Why? Because I'm going to send you a full detail of our memberships. I'll make it super clear in what all our packages are, what they all entail. So when you're ready to make a decision, you can make a really informed one. Sound fair enough? Who's going to say no to that? But again, that's Grant Cardone, the master marketeer. So he will have some nuggets in there. Let's move on to the next video.
You sell insurance, right? Okay, come here. How to get the point across in 30 seconds or less. Okay, you ready? 30 seconds, close the room on buying insurance. Ready, go.
I'm in the life insurance industry. It's a very important industry to, let me start over. I fucked up.
Don't worry.
Now, he has done what 99% of sales reps in that position would have done. They've been put on the spot and it's sink or swim time and they're just flapping about trying to find their way. It's a very, very difficult skill, but you need to take a breath. Much like if you land in cold, freezing cold water, your first initial reaction is to hyperventilate, but what you want to do is calm down your breathing as quickly as possible. So what I mean by that in a sales scenario is when someone asks you to do something or sell me or pitch me, hit me with your pitch, instead of going into your pitch and flapping and panicking, take a breath and start asking questions. I assume this is what Andy Elliott's going to do. Let's have a look.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about anything. Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you got a family? Do you got a family? Do you got a family? You got a family. In the last 30 seconds of your life, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want on the worst day of their life when you're gone for your family to be protected? Yes or no? Okay, it's black and white. If you do, we need to make sure they have life insurance. If you don't, it's not important. Would you agree? Okay. If you had to write a check right now for what your family's safety and security is worth, you probably couldn't write the check, could you? But if you could write the check and it was for $119 a month, and they'd be left with the tax-free check in the event that something happened to you, the juice would be worth the squeeze to pay the $119. Am I right? Let's do it. Everybody write this down. How to get your point across in 30 seconds or less.
I don't know if you've ever seen any of Andy Elliott's stuff, but he is brilliant at what he does. He asks a question, but he makes it such an easy way for the prospect to say yes by asking about life insurance. Imagine it's the last 30 seconds of your life. Imagine how difficult this day is going to be for your family. Now, if I asked you for $119 today to make sure that they don't have the pain of having to pay on top of everything because of the fact that you've passed away and they've got everything else to pay for and everything else to worry about, how much would it cost for me to remove that worry off their plate for you? Would it be worth the $119? Yeah, absolutely. No brainer. But again, what does he do? He asks questions straight off the bat and funnels the prospect down a route, yes or no. Now, Andy Elliott, car salesman by trade. He's done a bunch of other things, really, really booming at the moment in the industry. But his stuff it can be a bit hit and miss sometimes, but I believe this is gold. If you're in this game, selling life insurance, this would be a great way, a great avenue to go down. I wouldn't change a thing on that. Right, moving on to the final clip today, and it is Myron himself.
After coaching thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs and helping hundreds of them increase their revenue by leaps and bounds, here's what I found. One of the fastest ways to increase your business revenue is to make sure you sell the right thing. And I want to tell you today, sell this, don't sell that. What does that even mean?
One of the things I noticed with Myron, his tone is incredible. Great tonality, and he always inflects down at the end. Keep note of that. Anytime you watch a clip on Myron, he does that really, really well, very well paced. And again, tonality it resonates with most people.
Well, most people, when they're selling, they're talking about the wrong thing. They're emphasizing the wrong part of their offer. They're selling the pieces, they're selling the product, they're selling their person, or they're selling their process. Those are
The 4 Ps.
all not good things to sell. Instead of selling your pieces, selling your process, selling your product, or selling your process, instead only sell the payoff. What's the payoff? It's what they get. How can I know if I'm selling the right thing? Ask yourself this question. Am I telling my prospect what my product has, or am I telling them what they get? If I'm talking about what it has as the feature, if I'm talking about what they get, it's a benefit. Sell the benefit, not the feature. Sell the payoff, not the process. You will sell like that. Change the game for you for the rest of your life.
Sell the benefit, not the feature. Far too often, you get sales reps talking about how great their product is. They're almost slinging it at the prospect, hoping something sticks. But we want to solve directly. We want to solve for their problem. And we're going to find that out at the discovery at the start of a call. And then we're going to keep call positioning and reframing so we bring them back to their pain point. So even if we are showing them a feature, we're linking it back to the benefit of what they're getting. Hey, Mr. Customer, you told me at the start of this call you're looking to 2x your revenue from last year. Based on what you told me, can you see how this particular bit will drive 10 times more leads through your business, allowing you to hit your revenue goals for the year? Sell the benefits, not the feature. He is absolutely spot on. Mad respect for Myron. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed that. And if you found this helpful, please like the video. It will help me reach and teach more people, which is my goal. And again, if you're an SDR who wants or needs help with your script, your call strategy, or your objection handling, grab that free 10-minute consult below. Let's get you hitting quota fast. Click this video right here for more of my content.